It's just comedy.
The Jell-O program, starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston and Phil Harris and his orchestra.
Thank you. This is Groucho Marx. Well, here I am, stepping in over my head again.
With Fibber McGee and Molly.
Folks, this is just as new to me as it is to you.
Hello? Hello, Mr. Benny, this is Rochester.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Well, what an original greeting.
Hello and welcome to another week of comedy, funny, haha, on Dwayne Old Time Radio. One thing, please subscribe to my channel. If you enjoy what I'm doing, subscribing is 100% free. Also, one more thing, if you have a few seconds or 1 minute, please leave a review on your preferred podcast service, especially if you're on Apple, Spotify, or really just your preferred podcast service. Thank you and hope you enjoy. Jack Benny wraps up the month with vacation plans, June 9th, 1940, and Hold That Line, October 27th, 1940.
Just like taking candy from a baby, played by the orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we bring you our modest, unassuming master of ceremonies, a man who is never too busy to say hello.
Hello.
Jack Benny.
Thank you, Emily. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. And, Don, that was a very sweet introduction. Never too busy to say hello. But I really don't deserve it.
Oh, yes, you do, Jack.
Do I?
Why, certainly. Whether it's the humble newsboy on the corner or a taxi driver or an urchin with a shoeshine box, Jack Benny always stops. And a smile steals across his face as he says, "Hiya, pal."
How are things going? Oh, pardon me, Don. I was carried away. But let me ask you something, Don. Why shouldn't I go out of my way to be courteous and friendly? We're all human beings. We're all people. Say, after all, what am I?
You know what I said at rehearsal?
Phil. I'm not talking to you. Anyway, Don, I'm just the down-to-earth type that gets along with everybody. You know the little old lady that sells flowers right outside the studio?
You mean the one on the corner here?
Yeah. See, I've stopped and talked to her now every Sunday for 3 years. Hello, little lady, I say.
And she says I told you 1,000 times I'm not going out with you.
Phil, if you can't be sentimental, stay out of this. You know, Don, whenever I pass this little flower lady, a tear comes to my eye. And I can't help but think that she's somebody's mother.
Yes, and perhaps that somebody could well afford to take care of her.
You're probably right, Don. See, I wonder whose mother she is, anyway.
She's mine.
Now, cut that out! You're lying, Phil, because I happen to know that your mother is Cigarette Girl at the Wilshire Bowl. Cigars, cigarettes, and homemade jelly. So pipe down.
Well, you wouldn't get away with this mushy stuff if Mary was here.
Oh, yes, I would.
By the way, Jack, how is Mary? Is she feeling better?
Well, she had a pretty bad cold, Don, but she's much improved. She'll be with us next Sunday.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, glad the kid's feeling better.
Thanks. Of course, it'll be kind of tough doing comedy tonight without her.
Don't worry, Jackson. I'm here, ain't I? I can get them belly laughs.
Well, just be grateful, Phil, that you get good lines.
It ain't the material, Jackson. It's my personality. It's how I stock it over.
Oh, brother. Phil, you really think you're the funniest guy in the whole world, don't you?
What a spot. If I say yes, I'm a ham. If I say no, I'm a liar.
You're both if I ever saw one. Say, Dennis.
Yes, please?
How would you like a great big part tonight with funny gags and everything?
Oh, boy, that'll be swell.
All right, you can read Mary's lines. Tonight, you're going to be the girl on the program.
Nothing doing. I'm no sissy.
Dennis, the program is written, and you've got to take Mary's place. You're the only one in the show with a high voice.
Who, me?
remember, you're married, so go outside and come back when you're supposed to.
Okay, but I'll be chewing tobacco.
You better not. That kid's getting too smart.
Well, look, Jackson, why don't you let me play Mary's part? I got beautiful hair and rosy cheeks.
Oh, fine. He's got a few broken veins there, and he calls it rosy cheeks. We'll manage without you, Phyllis. Well, let's get on with the show. Say, Don, Mary seems to be a little bit late today. I wonder where she is.
Mary? I saw her out in the hall just a few minutes ago.
Oh, you know, Don, she's so excited. She's been shopping all week, and she's... Oh, here she comes now. Hello, Mary. I said, hello, Mary.
Hello.
Gee, you look cute in that fall outfit. That's a new dress, isn't it?
Yeah, got it, Magnum. Isn't it a dream?
Oh, it's beautiful. But it's cut a little low there in front, isn't it?
On me, it don't make any difference.
Dennis, read the lines that are in the script.
Well, you're not going to make a monkey out of me.
I'm not trying to make a monkey out of you, Dennis. It's just an emergency. You don't want to read Mary's lines? All right.
Well, I don't.
All right. Just puts us in a spot, that's all. It's a fine program without a girl on it. Gee, there must be some way to work this out. I wonder who we can get.
I'll help you, kid.
Well.
I am the Blue Fairy.
Well, that's a very sweet offer, Blue Fairy, but I'm afraid you won't do. You're too fat for Miss Livingston.
Oh. Well, if John Wilson ever gets sick, let me know.
We will. We will, yeah.
And now I will fly away, back to my home in the clouds. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Give me a push, will you?
Okay. Gee, look at her go. Out the window. Over Vine Street. Over Beverly Boulevard. Over the La Brea Pit. Play, Phil, and get us out of this fantastic mood. That's for Me, played by Phil Harris and his Waldorf Astoria Ensemble. Waldorf Astoria meaning they couldn't get in there if they were delivering the meat. And now, ladies and gentlemen...
Hey, wait a minute, Jackson. After that violin solo you played with us a couple of weeks ago, I wouldn't say anything derogatory about my band.
Derogatory? Well, I'll be...
What's the matter? Ain't it right?
Sure it's right. But, Phil, where'd you ever learn the word derogatory?
Oh, I forgot to tell you. You know, I don't start working at the Vault until 9 o'clock, so I've been going to night school.
Oh, well, did you hear that, Don? Phil goes to night school.
Well, congratulations, Bill. How are you getting along? Very good, very good. So you guys don't have to get derogatory.
All right, we heard that already. What else did you learn?
Oh, plenty of stuff. Come on, ask me something. Ask me anything.
Oh, quiet.
Come on, ask me who invented the cotton gin.
All right, Phil, who invented the cotton gin?
Eli Whitney.
Well.
And with the steamboat, it was Fulton.
Why, Phil, you're terrific.
Hey, Don, here's another one. What does 1492 mean to you?
I don't know, Phil. What does it mean to you?
Columbus.
Gee whiz.
You know, the world is round, all that kind of stuff.
Well, I've heard everything. Congratulations, Phil. And now, ladies and
The
gentlemen...
Mississippi is the longest river in the USA.
Phil, will you stop showing off? I knew about the Mississippi when I was in the 5th grade.
Well, I'm only in the 3rd, so I got you beat.
All right, you got me beat.
Hey, Don, ask
Now-
me something, Don, ask me something about the Revolutionary War, like, when was it or something?
Phil, please.
All right, Phil, when was the Revolutionary War? 1776. Well, I'll be darned. Not bad, eh?
That's very good, Phil. Now, who won the Revolutionary War?
That's coming up Wednesday.
Gee, I'll bet you can hardly wait. Now, look, Phil, we're all very happy to know that you're trying to improve what mentality you have. But there are more important things to talk about, aren't there, Don?
Yes, there are, Jack. Ladies and gentlemen, night school is one of the greatest institutions that flourish in this country today.
What?
It gives thousands of people the opportunity to improve themselves in the field of education.
What's that for?
So, if you're one of the many who attend night school, instead of bringing an apple to the teacher, why not bring her a package of tempting and appetizing Jell-O?
Well, it's about time.
It is not only economical and easy to make, but comes in 6 delicious flavors. So look for the big red letters on the box. They spell Jell-O.
And I'm just the guy that can spell it. Jello.
Phil, you're positively brilliant. If you weren't such a bum, you could become president.
B-U-M, bum.
Phil! And now, ladies and gentlemen, going from night school to our feature attraction of the evening, this being the height of the football season, tonight we are going to offer our annual Gridiron Classic entitled Hold That Line. Or, one moment, please. Now, once again, I will play the part of Coach Flash Benny of Flatfoot College. Now, Phil, you, Don, and Dennis will be the players. And your orchestra boys can be the cheering section.
Well, why don't you use some of my boys on the team? They're all athletes.
Phil, shooting pool and pulling cork are not considered American sports. They'll stay in the cheering section.
Wait till you hear their cheers.
Phil, if I hear one bird that isn't a swallow returning to Capistrano, watch out. Now, let's see. We're still short of actors, so I sent for Rochester. Where is he?
There he is, Jack, talking to Dennis Day.
Oh, that's right. Hey, Rochester.
Yes, please?
Now, Rochester, we're short of actors tonight, so I want you to play a part in our football sketch.
Okay, give me the ball.
Now, wait a minute. You're not going to play on the team. You're going to be the water boy.
That's a little bit derogatory, ain't it?
Don't argue. Here's your bucket. You've got a very important part.
Important?
Yes.
Boss, the only man that ever got famous with a bucket was Old Man Mose.
Never mind.
And he had to kick it.
Now, Rochester, look at it this way. Who's one of the most valuable members of a football squad? The water boy.
Uh-huh.
Whenever a player's injured, who rushes out with a cold drink for him? The water boy.
Uh-huh.
And whenever a sensational play is made and the crowd stands up and cheers, who are they cheering?
Okay, give me the bucket.
And now that we're all set, ladies and gentlemen, this play will go on immediately after a song by Dennis Day. What's it going to be, Dennis?
Well, Mr. Benny, this being Navy Day, I'm going to sing a special arrangement of a brand new number called He's My Uncle.
Swell, go ahead.
Hey, Jackson, I just thought of something. We still haven't got enough actors for a football team.
Gee, that's right. Well, we'll just have to get along, Phil. What else can we do?
I'm available, kid.
Now, look, Blue Fairy, I'm afraid you can't help us.
All right, then I'll fly away. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Ah, there she goes. Out the window. Back to the fleecy clouds. Back to the sky of gossamer blue. Back to the Plaza Hotel. Sing, Dennis. Very good. That was He's My Uncle, written by Lou Pollock and sung by Dennis Day. And, Dennis, that was a swell number. I like the thought of it.
Me, too.
There's nothing like a patriotic song. Yes, sir.
Hey, Jackson, you know who made the first American flag? Betsy Ross.
I know, Phil.
With a steamboat, it was Fulton.
All right, you told us that. Sit down, genius.
Okay.
Betsy Ross made the first American flag. It certainly is a secret. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our rough and tumble football play entitled Kicked in the Bridgework, or I'll Never Smile Again. The scene is Flatfoot College, located in the thriving little town of Purile, Indiana, which is just 3 miles north of Bano. The first half has just ended in the annual game with meatball test. As the curtain rises, Coach Flash Benny is giving his team a pep talk in the locker room. Curtain. Music. Now, listen, men. We're in a tough spot. The last half is about to start, and we're behind 98-7. But we still got a chance to beat them. The game isn't over yet. Let's hear some of that Flatfoot spirit. That's the stuff. Now, I want you to go in there this last half and fight. You understand? Fight. What are we, men or mice?
Give me a tail and call me Mickey.
I'll give you a Mickey. Now, listen, men. In the first half, Meatball had things their own way. But in this next half, Flatfoot's going to walk all over Meatball.
Sounds messy, doesn't it?
And you, Harris, you're supposed to be a football player, an All-American. Why, during the first quarter, you played like a dope. D-O-P, dope. You spelled dop, dope. And you, Wilson, you're as bad as the rest of these lugs.
Why, what are you talking about, Coach? I recovered 5 times on fumbles.
Yeah, but every time you fell on the ball, we had to get a new one. Now, take it easy.
Okay. Pass the fudge, Phil.
Lay off the candy, Wilson. Your stomach is over the goal line when you still have 5 yards to go. Now, put down that fudge.
A little fudge won't hurt.
Oh, so you're butting in, you imbecile, the way you play football.
Now, Coach.
You run around like a chicken with your head cut off.
Now, Coach.
Every time you got the ball, you ran the wrong way.
Well, turn my head around and let's get going.
Get out of here. Now, listen, men, in this next half, I want you all to... Hey, water boy, what are you putting in that bucket?
A little lemon juice, that's all.
Lemon juice, eh? Lemon juice in the water.
Yeah, that goes with the sugar.
Oh, lemon juice and sugar. I suppose that's lemonade.
Lemonade, that's it.
I see. You didn't put anything else in the bucket, did you?
No, sir.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me have a glass of that lemonade.
Don't take more than one.
I thought so. Lemon juice, sugar, cracked eye. Rochester, are you mixing Tom Collinses in that bucket?
It ain't pancake batter.
Well, throw it away. Pour it out the window.
Okay, that grass is sure going to grow out there.
Never mind about the grass. Now, men, it's almost time for the second half, and we're going to win.
You can count on us, Coach.
I'm not counting on any one of you. I got a new player coming into the game, and he'll show you what football really is. I've heard a lot about this boy, and they tell me he's a sensation.
A new player, huh?
Yeah. Come on in, Butch.
Hello, Spencer.
Well, so you're the sensation, eh?
That's me, Butch Slepperman, the beast of Boyle Heights.
Good. Now, we're depending on you, Slep. Do you think you can win for us?
What is the score now?
98-7.
Who's got the 7?
We have. What do you say, Slep?
You're lucky if you can keep that.
Now, wait a minute. We're depending on you to come through, so don't be so pessimistic. Be cheerful. Be happy.
98-7, and he wants smiling Frankie Gordon.
Never mind. Just get in there and fight, that's all. What position do you play?
I'm a tailor.
All right, you can be left Taylor. Now, come on, men. I'm going to play in the game myself this last half, and Flatfoot is going to win, or my name ain't.
All right, folks, the second half of this thrilling gridiron duel is about to begin. The score is Flatfoot 7, Meatball 132.
132? Why, the rat they've been playing during intermission. Come on, man, we'll show them.
Meatball is already on the field, and here comes Flash Benny and his Flatfoot team.
Hi, Apple.
Flash Benny is going into the game himself. What an ovation he gets from the Flatfoot cheering section.
He's never too busy to say hello, to say hello, to say hello. He's never too busy to say hello. Joe, Joe, Joe.
Ah, folks, what a crowd is gathered here today. There's a whistle. They're lining up, and Meatball is about to kick off the Flatfoot. There's the kick. It's a beauty. The ball is coming down on the 15-yard line. There goes Harris for it. No, he's headed for the water bucket. What a business Rochester is doing.
I told him to pour that out.
What's this? Butch Klepperman, the sensational new player, gets the ball. He's hit hard, and the ball is on Flatfoot's own 10-yard line.
Klepperman, are you hurt? Slep, say something.
With the steamboat, it was Fulton.
He's delirious.
Oh, Klepperman was knocked out on the first play, and they're carrying him off the field. But that boy is a sensation.
Sensation why he was knocked out in the first play.
He's alive, ain't he?
Never mind. All right, men. We've only got 90 yards to go. I'll carry the ball around left end.
Why don't you run around my end, Flash?
I did that in the last game and wound up in Laguna. Now, come on. Signal. 72. 23. Hey.
The ball is snapped to Flash Benny, and there he goes. Look at that boy run. Look at him go. No wonder they call him Flash. They finally tackle him, folks, and he's down. Benny lost 8 yards on that play.
Darn it. Well, men, I'm afraid it's hopeless. 98 yards to go, and we can't gain an inch. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Well, here she is again.
Let me carry the ball, kid.
You? Listen, Blue Fairy. Football is a man's game, and those guys will kick you all over the field.
Well, at my age, I can't be choosy.
All right, then. You take Dennis Day's place. Come on, fellas. Line up.
Flatfoot is lining up, folks, but there's been a substitution. Dennis Day has been replaced by the Goodyear Blimp.
That's the Blue Fairy.
Well, how can I tell from here?
All right. All right, Blue Fairy. I'll take the ball and lateral it. The rest is up to you.
Don't worry. I'll beat him, Daddy. 8 to the bar.
Good. Signal. 33. 45. Hey.
Benny receives the ball. He laterals to the Blue Fairy, and she takes off. And she's flying down the field. Listen to that crowd cheer. The Blue Fairy is landing. She's landing over the goal line. And what's this? She carried 21 footballs, folks, making 21 touchdowns simultaneously. And Flatfoot wins 133 to 132. Hey, Rochester, come here with that bucket.
Oh, no, Mr. Announcer, you've had enough.
You said it. Play, Phil.
October, ladies and gentlemen, is the month of apples. Winesap, Spitzenberg, Baldwin's, McIntosh, and all the rest of those ruddy-cheeked favorites. And just to celebrate the occasion, here we come with a grand Jell-O and apple dessert. It's really something special, a swell autumn day treat, and you can have it all ready and on the table in no time at all. Simply make up a package of lemon Jell-O according to the directions on the box. Chill until slightly thickened and fold in 1 medium red apple cubed. Then mold and serve as a bright, tangy dessert or salad. The tempting flavor of this delicious combination is something you just have to taste yourself to appreciate. So tomorrow for dinner, enjoy this mellow October dessert, crisp, juicy apples embedded in a glistening mold of rich, golden lemon Jell-O.
Yes? Yes? Well, I'm glad you're feeling better, Mary. Say, did you hear the program? Uh-huh. Well, how'd you like our football sketch? Yes? Mm-hmm. I see. Oh, well, you've got a cold. Good night, Dow. So long, folks.
The Jell-O program, starring Jack Benny, with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. The orchestra opens...
Wait a minute, Don. Hold it. We can't start the show yet.
What's the matter?
Well, Jack isn't here.
Well, we're on the air. Where is he?
I saw him a little while
Search
ago.
me, Don. I haven't seen him.
Well, he should be here. Look what time it is.
Yeah.
I saw him a little while
Do you
ago.
think I ought to go out and look for him, Don? Maybe he's in the drugstore.
Oh, he left there an hour ago. Wonder if anything could have happened.
Gee, I don't know.
I saw him a little while ago.
Hey, maybe he's in the dressing room. You know, he said he was going to take a nap.
Oh, that's right. Go see if he's there, will you, Phil?
Okay.
I saw him a little while
Here
ago.
comes Mary. Maybe she knows. Hello, Mary.
Hi, fellas.
Say, Mary, have you seen Jack?
Yes, he's out in the hall talking to Mark Sandridge on the telephone.
That's what I've been telling you.
Oh, hello, Dennis.
Hello, fellas.
You know, Don, if Jack doesn't stop complaining, Mr. Sanders will never direct another picture for him.
Well, that's just silly. Jack shouldn't worry about whose name's going to be first on the screen.
Sure, what's the difference if it's Jack Benny and Fred Allen or Fred Allen and Jack Benny?
Well, if you ask me, it's...
That's not what they're arguing about, Phil. Jack wants the premiere of the picture to be held in Waukegan.
Well, if you ask me...
Waukegan? Another premiere in his hometown, huh?
That's what he wants.
Well, if you ask me, it's a swell idea. Bingo.
Hey, Dennis, stop hogging the conversation, will you, kid?
I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay. Say, Mary, how's Jackson making out?
I don't know. I better go out in the hall and bring him in here.
Yeah, tell him we're on the air.
Okay.
Yes, but... Sure, but... Certainly, but... Absolutely, but...
But Betty talks again.
Mary, get out of here, will you?
We're waiting for you. Hurry up.
Be there in a minute. Now, look, Mr. Sandridge. I don't care what Allen says. I want the premiere of Love Thy Neighbor held in Waukegan, Illinois. Yes, but... Now, wait a minute. Who's the star of that picture? Fred Allen or... Let me finish, will you? Well, look at it this way, Mr. Sandridge. You've already had a sneak preview, haven't you? Then let me ask you something. Who gets the biggest laughs in the picture? Leave him out of it. I'm talking about Allen and me. Oh. Well, I don't want to use pressure, Mr. Sandridge, but if you don't see things my way, I may get a new director for my next picture. What? Well, now hold on, Mr. Sandridge. Gee whiz, can't you take a joke?
Wipe your forehead, Jack.
Give me your handkerchief. Now, look, Mr. Sandridge, I've got a program to do, and I can't argue now. But that premiere is going to be held in Waukegan, or I'll take it up with Mr. LeBaron. Goodbye. Guess that'll hold him for a while.
Who's Mr. LeBaron?
He's in charge of production at Paramount, and he's a very good friend of mine. Come on. Wait a minute. Hello? What? Get the nickel from him. He called me. Come on, Mary, let's go.
Oh, don't get so upset about everything.
I'm not upset. Who's upset?
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Hello.
How's your program today?
How do I know? Tune in and find out. My program. We're not even on the air yet. Got a cigar on you, Mary?
No, the doctor made me cut him out.
All right. A cigarette. You know what I meant. Hello, Don. Sorry I'm late. Go ahead. Start the program.
Okay, get ready, Phil.
So mixed up, I don't know where I am.
I know, but nobody will listen to me.
All right, boys. Get going.
Jell-O.
The Jell-O program, starring Jack Benny, with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. The orchestra opens the program with I Just Want to Play with You. I was just thinking the other day, ladies and gentlemen, how easy it is to explain why millions of people like Jell-O. They like it simply because it tastes good. That's the whole story. And it tastes good because Jell-O has extra rich flavor. Flavor which is only rivaled by the juicy, ripe fruit itself. Yes, sir. For dessert at any time, there's nothing more delectable, nothing more inviting than bright, glistening Jell-O, smartly molded into an attractive shape and topped off, if you wish, with fruit or whipped cream. So try some Jell-O real soon, and any one of Jell-O's 6 delicious flavors. Strawberry, raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, or lime. You'll especially enjoy strawberry and raspberry Jell-O because each of these grand Jell-O desserts has a new, improved flavor obtained by using a natural flavor base artificially enhanced. And that's why they have such a rich, delightful goodness. Get Jell-O tomorrow, and at the same time, order several packages of those Jell-O puddings. Jell-O puddings are made by the makers of Jell-O, so you know they're good. Played by the orchestra. Ladies and gentlemen, now that the election is over and the ballots have been counted, tonight I take great pleasure in presenting to you the new dog catcher of Beverly Hills, California, Jack Benny.
Thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. And first of all, I want to thank my many friends who voted for me. And I also want to compliment my worthy opponent, Mr. Rufus Twelvetrees, although his name didn't help him at all. Thanks, folks. Thanks a lot.
I was wondering, Jack, how did you happen to run for dog catcher anyway? Isn't it rather a menial position?
Well, I didn't really want to, Don. I was drafted, you see, but the committee, the committee came to me and said I was the ideal candidate for the job.
Say, Don, I like the slogan the committee gave Jack. That really put him over.
What was it, Mary?
Vote for Benny. His nose is always cold.
That wasn't it at all. My slogan was, if you love your chow or poodle, vote for Jack, the Yankee Doodle. Of course, I got the Pomeranian vote, too.
Well, then you should be very happy about your new office, Jack.
Oh, I would be, Don, but right now I'm having a lot of trouble with Paramount again.
Oh, so Mary was telling us. It's about that picture you made with Fred Allen, isn't it?
Yes, I told Mark Sandridge on the phone that regardless of what that Texaco termite wanted, the premiere of my picture better be held in Waukegan or I take the matter up with Mr. LeBaron. Imagine Allen wanting to open my picture in his hometown.
Fred comes from Massachusetts, doesn't he, Jack?
Yes, Don. He was born under the Plymouth Rock. And when the Pilgrims landed, it didn't help his face any. Not a bit.
Say, Jackson, did you hear Allen's program last Wednesday?
I had to, Phil. I was over to some friend's house, and they were trying to break the lease. Their furniture was on the sidewalk before Allen got a laugh. What a program. And the way he's wasting that Kenny Baker.
I wish you'd waste me like that.
Dennis. Now, let me tell you another thing, fellas. I don't like to say this, but Allen's humor is nothing short of puerile and banal.
There he goes again with puerile and banal.
Say, Jackson, I meant to straighten you out on that. You've been pronouncing them words all wrong.
What do you mean?
Well, I found out in night school that the correct pronunciation is puerile and banal.
Oh, it is?
That's what the hostess says.
The hostess?
You know, the dame at the head of the class.
That's the teacher. The hostess. Phil, if you're paying tuition at that night school, you ought to get your diploma and your money back at the same time.
I'm doing all right. You know, fellas, I took up hygiene last week.
Hygiene?
Yeah, you know, don't wait till Saturday night. If you want a bath, take it any time.
I see. Well, I don't want to run you down, Phil, but I bet you can't even spell hygiene.
Ah, yes, I can.
Well, go ahead.
I can spell it.
Well, what's stopping you?
He left his blocks home.
That's a good one, Mary.
All right, you wise guys, I'll show you I can spell hygiene. Give me a chord, Frankie.
A chord?
Hygiene, hygiene. How about that? A hand for that, folks, huh?
Well, I got to give you credit, Phil. That's a tough word, and you spelled it. No kidding. That was some feat.
F-E-E-T, feet.
Oh, fine. I knew it was too good to last. Phil, when I said that was some feat, I meant F-E-A-T.
Oh.
F-E-E-T is feet like I've got.
Nobody's got feet like you've got.
Well, Miss Livingston, that did it. There goes your Christmas present. There goes your Christmas present right out the window.
You're doing your Christmas party early this year, ain't you, kid?
Yes. Keep it up. Keep it up, Mary. Now you won't get anything next year either.
I'm off the list till 1960.
61. I'm not forgetting that cute little trick you pulled with your baton this afternoon. Say, Dennis.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Benny.
Dennis, don't you think it's about time... Answer the phone, Mary.
Okay.
Dennis, don't you think it's about time...
Hello? Yes? Put him on, please. It's for you, Jack. Mr. LeBaron at Paramount.
Holy smoke, Mark Sandridge must have got in touch with him.
You want to talk to him?
Certainly, but make off you're my secretary. A little front won't hurt any.
Okay. Hello? Yes? Yes?
Yeah.
This is Mr. Benny's secretary. Well, he's frightfully busy right now. He's broadcasting.
Mary, don't overdo it.
You want me to spell hygiene for him?
Get away from there.
Very well, Mr. LeBaron. I'll ask him.
Give me that phone. Hello, Mr. LeBaron. Yes? Yes, I did tell Mark Sandridge that I want the premiere held in Waukegan. I know, Mr. LeBaron. Well, I know you're the production head, but I'm entitled to first consideration. If there's any B.O. in that picture, it's me. I mean box office. Yes, I understand that. Sure, but...
What flavor, please?
Quiet. Now, look, Mr. LeBaron, let me review this situation.
You better sing, Dennis. It looks like a long winter.
Okay.
Now, Mr. LeBaron, Alan wants the premiere in his hometown, and I want it in mine. Now, the way I look at it, I've been under contract to Paramount for over 5 years. And
I found my thrill on Blueberry Hill, when I found you. The moon stood still on Blueberry Hill and lingered until my dreams came true. Do you recall a year ago tonight? We stood and watched the golden sun descending. When love had just begun, why did there have to be an ending? Do you recall a year ago tonight? The wind in the willow played love's sweet melody, but all of the vows we made were never to be. Though we're apart, you're part of me still, for you were my thrill. On Blueberry
Sure, but Mr. LeBaron, we've got to have the premiere in my hometown. I've already told Bidey Talcott. Who is he? Only the mayor of Waukegan. Where have you been?
Take it easy, Jack.
Well, now, look, Mr. LeBaron, we're not getting anywhere, so I'll take the matter up with Mr. Freeman. Goodbye. More trouble over nothing at all.
Say, Jack, who's Mr. Freeman?
Frank Freeman, he's the big shot at Paramount, and he's a very fine Southern gentleman.
Oh, he comes from the South, huh?
Yes, his home is in Georgia.
Why don't you let me talk to him, Jackson? We speak the same language.
Phil, Mr. Freeman is a Southerner, not a hillbilly. So, I'll do the talking.
Oh, I suppose I'm a hillbilly.
Well, Phil, all I know is when you came to work for me 5 years ago, I brought you in a shoe store to buy you a pair of shoes, And it took 3 men to hold you down. Remember?
I go in alone now.
That's good. And while we're on the subject of your attire, Phil, that sport coat you're wearing is a little snug around the knees. You see, folks, I'm not kidding about that. And now, ladies and gentlemen, getting back to our program, for our feature attraction of the evening. Come in.
Mr. Benny?
Yes?
Is it true that you were just elected dog catcher of Beverly Hills?
Yes.
Well, you'll never catch me. Arf, arf.
There's a Mexican hairless if I ever saw it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our feature attraction of the evening, the Benny, anything from Shakespeare to gin rummy players, will present an original mystery melodrama entitled Murder at the Soda Fountain or Hold That Malted. Now, I will play the part of a young soda jerk, Tutti Frutti Benny. And Mary, you're the cashier who is madly in love with me.
Hooray.
Now, Dennis, you're a college student who is always hanging around the drugstore wisecracking.
Oh, boy, at last some dialogue.
No, Dennis, no. You see, as our play opens, you enter the drugstore, a shot is heard, and you fall to the floor. Dead.
Well, can I wisecrack on the way down?
No. Now, Don, you're going to be a box of Jell-O, so you'll have to crawl up on the shelf.
What flavor am I?
What's the difference? You're delicious. Now, Phil...
But, Jack, I ought to be some flavor.
All right, Don, pinch your cheeks and make off like strawberry. Now, Phil, in view of your knowledge of hygiene, you're going to be the dishwasher. So, put on your apron.
Why can't I be a soda jerk?
Read that right! There was no comma there. Burns me up. Now, Phil, you're going to be a dishwasher and like it. Anyway, folks, this play will go on immediately after... Oh, darn it. Answer it, Mary.
Okay.
This will go on immediately.
Hello? Yes? Put him on. It's Mr. Frank Freeman, Jack.
Oh, well, tell him you're my secretary. You know, like before.
Okay. Hello? Hello, Mr. Freeman. Hi, y'all.
Mary.
Well, Mr. Benny's powerful busy right now. Can I take the message, honey lamb?
Mary, give me that phone. Fine way to talk to the head of the Paramount. Hello, Mr. Freeman. This is Jack Benny. Yes? Yes? Sure enough? Well, now, Mr. Freeman, I'll leave it to you. Where do you think the premiere of Love Thy Neighbor should be held? Greenville, Georgia? Who ever heard of that bird? Oh, that's your hometown. Oh, sure. Sure, Greenville. Yes, I remember. I used to play there in vaudeville. Yes, sir, Greenville.
Boy, are you an apple polisher.
Well, look, Mr. Polisher. Mr. Freeman. Darn you, Mary. Look, this whole thing is getting so complicated. Suppose I come to the studio and we'll talk it over. Yes, I can be there in a few minutes.
Jack, we got a play to do.
Who cares? I'll be right over, Mr. Freeman. Goodbye. Come on, Mary. I want you to go along with me to Paramount. Rochester got the car outside.
But, Jack, what about the murder mystery?
We can do that next week.
But you announced it already.
All right. Dennis walks in the drugstore. Bang, bang. He falls to the floor. Mary screams. Ah! Who did it? Was it me? No. Was it Mary? No. Was it Don? No. Phil gets hysterical. I did it. Police come. Yeah! There's your play. Come on, Mary. Let's go. Hurry, Rochester. Get the car started.
Just as soon as I make my point, boss.
Put those dice down. Hurry, Mary.
Doggone, it was just beginning to thaw out.
up, Rochester. I told you I had a very important engagement with Mr. Freeman. Now step on it.
I'm giving it so much gas now, the carburetor's thinking of buying a home in the valley.
Just keep that throttle wide open, that's all.
Say, Jack, we're going the wrong way to Paramount, aren't we?
Let's see. Oh, yes. Rochester, what's the matter with you? You were supposed to turn to your right here on Gower Street.
I turned the steering wheel. Something ought to happen any minute now.
What?
Well, we made it.
On 2 wheels yet. Rochester, you took that corner much too sharp.
Boss, we got to take them any way we can get them.
Well, you threw me all over the back seat. Are you all right, Mary?
Yeah. Say, Jack,
What?
you sure were neutral in the election, weren't you?
What do you mean?
Look at those 3 stickers on your windshield.
Never mind.
Root for Roosevelt, win with Wilkie, and bark with Benny.
What was that first one you
I
started?
don't know.
Root for vaudeville? Rochester, the election is over, so you can scrape those stickers off the glass. And by the way, I'm making you a deputy dog catcher.
Why don't you make me a dog? I work like one.
Too bad about you. Gee, Mary, I hope Mr. Freeman waits for me. I want to get to that premiere matter settled.
I brought your samples along, Jack.
What samples?
The Christmas cards. You might as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Oh, I won't have time for that. Say, Mary, I ought to stop at a drive-in stand and get Mr. Freeman an order of fried chicken.
Fried chicken? What for?
Well, he's from the South, isn't he? I can tell him I cooked it myself. Yeah, I got to do something to get in good with Paramount.
Why don't you tear up your contract?
Mary. You just don't realize how important. Well, I'll be darned. Oh, Rochester.
Yes, boss.
You went through a red light.
Let's keep it a secret.
Watch your driving. Want me to get a ticket?
You won't get a ticket, boss. You're a dog catcher. You can go through a red light.
Not unless I'm after a dog. And that reminds me, now that I'm a public official, I better get a siren in my car.
Oh, what?
A siren.
There's one waiting on the corner.
I don't mean that kind. Talking about a horn. Someone wants to pass us. Pull over, Rochester.
Okay.
It's a sightseeing bus, Jack.
Oh, yes.
On your left, ladies and gentlemen, is the RKO studio. And oh, look, on your right is Jack Benny's Maxwell.
Well,
Would you mind sticking your head out, Jack?
no. Get out of the way, Mary. Howdy, folks. Thank you, thank you. Say, you know, Mary, that was kind of a thrill. People from all over the country on that bus.
Too bad you didn't pass out some autographed pictures.
Yeah, darn it, I should have had them with me. See, I feel awful about that.
Here's a gun. Blow your brains out.
Now, Mary, remember what I told you a few minutes ago. You keep making those cracks, and that Christmas present will really be off. And if you remember, Miss Livingston, I hand out some pretty nice gifts.
Uh-huh.
Well, I do.
Uh-huh.
What are you a-hahing about, Rochester? Last Christmas, I gave you a beautiful leather wallet to keep your money in.
Yeah, I wish you'd give me another one just like it.
What do you want 2 wallets for?
I can put heels on them and use them for shoes.
Oh, you're always complaining about being broke. Why don't you save your money? Why don't you put it in real estate like I do?
I haven't got a shovel.
Now, cut that out! Rochester, if you're insinuating that I buried... Rochester, pull over at the curb. There's a dog without a license. Quick, Mary, hand me that net and my cat.
Oh, Jack, don't bother about this dog. It's out of your territory.
That's right. Well, they can't say I wasn't on the job, though. Hey, Rochester, here's Paramount Studio. Pull up in front of the main entrance and wait for me.
Okay.
Wait here, Rochester.
Come on, Mary, bring the fried chicken for Mr. Freeman.
You didn't buy it.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell him I gave it to a poor old lady.
Do you think Mr. Freeman will be waiting, Jack?
Sure, I told him I was coming over as soon as I could possibly find... Whose car is that?
I don't know.
Well, come on.
Hey, wait a minute. Isn't that Mr. Freeman in the back seat?
Where? Yeah, that's him. Hey, Mr. Freeman, start the car, Rochester. Catch that Cadillac. Catch that Cadillac.
Oh, come now.
Come on, try. Step on. Oh, Mr. Freeman. Mr. Freeman, honk the horn, Rochester. Oh, Mr. Freeman.
He must have heard you, Jack. His car's stopping.
Oh, yes.
Now, if we can stop, we're all set.
Rochester, the brakes. Oh, my goodness, we hit Mr. Freeman's car.
Yep, there goes the premier.
Darn you, Rochester.
Here he comes, Jack. He looks mad.
Yeah. Well, I'll straighten it out. Now, look, Mr. Freeman, here's exactly what happened. You see, we were parked right in front of the studio, and your bumper caught into the front of my car. Well, I saw you dragging us along, so I yelled at you, you know, and the first thing I knew, we were way up.
When it comes to cheering for football teams these days, you'll find some folks rooting for the colors of orange and black, while others will be cheering for red and white, blue and yellow, or maybe red and green. But when it comes to desserts, everybody will cheer for crimson and gold, the gay, glowing colors of Jell-O's delicious new treat, cherry cubes with pineapple. It's a mighty tasty dessert and a mighty easy one to make, too. Simply prepare one package of cherry Jell-O, as usual, and turn it into a loaf pan and chill until firm. Then cut into cubes and pile in sherbet glasses with 3 slices of canned pineapple diced. You just couldn't ask for a more tempting or more satisfying dessert. So how about treating the family to something extra special? Tomorrow night for dinner, give them this grand combination of diced golden pineapple mingled with shimmering cubes of ruby red cherry Jell-O.
Good night, folks.
News for thrifty housewives. Log cabin syrup for less money. All 3 sizes now selling at lowest prices in history. Ask your grocer about his new low prices.
Thank you for listening to and showing your support for my podcast. If you would like to receive notifications of when new episodes are posted, please subscribe to my channel. Well, hope you enjoyed, and until next time, stay safe, wish you well, and as always, peace.